Welcome to the Pixl Marketing Show, the podcast for real estate media pros who want to go from random acts of marketing to remarkable results. I'm your host, Pete Stagl, founder of Pixl CRM and creator of the Pixl Marketing Method. And every week, we're diving into the systems, strategies, and real stories that help you attract better clients, retain them longer, and grow a real business. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to the Pixl Marketing Show. I'm Pete Stagl. And this episode is where we start getting to the core of what actually makes marketing work. Now, I know most people want to jump straight to the tactics, ads, funnels, automations, Instagram posts to go viral, and I get it. That stuff's fun. It feels like progress. But here's the problem. If you don't have the right message, none of that stuff will land. You could have the best looking reel in the market, but if it doesn't speak directly to the kind of client you want more of, it's just noise. And that's why this episode is so important. This is where we get laser focused on who you're actually trying to serve, what they care about, and how to position your business in a way that makes you the obvious choice. Magnetic messaging. Why messaging matters more than ever. Marketing starts with messaging. Before you can build a brand, generate leads, or automate anything, you need to know exactly who you're talking to and what you're saying. If your message is vague, your results will be too. But when your messaging is clear, specific, and magnetic, everything else in your business becomes easier. Most real estate media business owners skip this step. They want to dive into tactics. They want the ads, the automations, the posts that get attention. But what good is running a Facebook ad if you don't know who it's for? What's the point of writing an email if you're not sure what makes your offer stand out? That's why magnetic messaging is step one of the Pixl Marketing Method. It sets the foundation for everything that follows. In this chapter, we're going to do three things. 1. Define your target market and client avatar. 2. Craft your unique selling proposition, your USP. 3. Build your brand's playbook, so all of your marketing stays consistent and on brand. Let's start with the most important question you can ask as a business owner. Who are you actually trying to serve? Step 1. Define your target market and ideal client avatar. Let's begin with why this step matters. Before you can craft effective messaging, you need to understand who you're trying to reach. That might sound simple, but most business owners default to thinking their service is for everyone. In real estate media, that often translates to trying to serve every agent with a license, which, as you've probably already learned, leads to burnout and blurry branding. Let's zoom in on a practical example. Imagine you're in a mid-sized market and you've reviewed your client list. You realize your best clients tend to be busy agents who value convenience and on-brand marketing. They want to show up, have everything handled, and walk away knowing their listings will look incredible. Your messaging to this group should emphasize ease, reliability, and visuals that reflect their professionalism. Now contrast that with a brand new agent who may not fully understand the ROI of professional media yet. Your message to that audience may need to be more educational, highlighting how better visuals help listings stand out and sell faster. The more clearly you define your ideal audience, the more natural your content, offers, and communication will resonate. When messaging aligns with someone's worldview, it builds trust, and trust is what leads to bookings. Try this exercise. Pull up your last 10 clients and categorize them. Which ones were amazing to work with? Which ones drained your energy? What patterns do you notice in the good ones? Use these insights to build your avatar. It will become your compass for every marketing decision you make moving forward. When I first started my own real estate media business, I thought real estate agents was a niche. But over time, I realized that lumping every agent into the same category was one of the biggest mistakes I could make. There are brand new agents who are hustling to get their first listing, part-time agents who sell 2 homes a year, seasoned pros doing 30 to 50 transactions annually, luxury-focused teams, and everything in between. Trying to market to all of them equally led to confusion and inconsistent messaging, and more importantly, inconsistent results. Once I got clear on who my best clients were, everything changed. These were the agents who didn't ghost me after one shoot, who didn't argue about pricing, who respected the process, and who sent me referrals without even being asked. They didn't just need media, they needed a media partner. If you've ever had a dream client, think about what made them so great to work with. That's your target market. And that's who you should be intentionally designing your messaging to attract. In my case, I built a profile for what I called my core 25, the 25 agents who I knew could help me hit my revenue goals with consistency, not chaos. Instead of focusing on how many agents were in my local MLS, I focused on who were the ones who could realistically drive long-term growth and referrals. And you can do the same. Even if you're in a small market, there are likely dozens, if not hundreds of agents who would be ideal clients if you knew how to attract and speak to them. That's the power of defining your avatar. It turns guesswork into a growth strategy. Before you can write a single sentence of effective marketing, you need clarity on who you're speaking to. That starts with identifying your target market. In other words, who is your business for? The clearer your answer, the easier it becomes to attract the right people and repel the wrong ones. When you try to speak to everyone, your messaging resonates with no one. But when you zero in on your ideal client, your messaging suddenly starts to hit home. Defining your target market also saves you from chasing leads that will never convert. Why spend time trying to win over agents who don't see the value in professional media, or who only list one property a year? Instead, focus your efforts on those who are already likely to benefit from your services and become long-term clients. This strategic focus not only boosts your revenue, but makes your day-to-day operations smoother and more enjoyable. One of the biggest advantages of defining a target market is that it changes the way you speak in your marketing. You can use language that directly reflects their pain points, desires, and goals. You can position your service in a way that resonates deeply. And best of all, you can become the go-to expert for a very specific niche, which is often far more profitable than trying to be a generalist. You can't speak to everyone. And in real estate media, trying to appeal to every agent out there is a fast track to burnout and mediocre results. The truth is, not every agent is your ideal client, and that's a good thing. Magnetic messaging happens when your brand becomes irresistible to the right people. But to do that, you have to be willing to repel the wrong ones. Casting a narrower net for bigger wins. Let's say you're in a market with 10,000 real estate agents. That might sound like an enormous opportunity, but how many of those agents list more than 10 homes a year, value professional media, are responsive and respectful, want a long-term vendor relationship? Probably not 10,000, maybe not even 1,000. So why waste your energy marketing to the entire pool? Instead, get laser focused. Decide exactly who your perfect client is and build all your messaging around them. Building your client avatar. A client avatar is a detailed profile of your ideal client. Think of it like a character in a story. The more clearly you define them, the easier it is to write marketing that speaks directly to them. Start with the basics. Name, make one up. Age range, gender, income level, how long they've been in real estate, number of listings per year, areas they serve. Then go deeper. What are their goals? What frustrates them about working with other media companies? What do they care about most when booking a shoot? Where do they spend their time online? What do they wish someone would just take off their plate? This isn't about stereotyping, it's about empathy. The better you understand what your clients actually want, the better you can position your business as the obvious choice. Real example. Meet Lisa, the top producer. Lisa is 39 years old, has been in real estate for 8 years, and closes 40 to 50 deals a year. She's extremely busy, values high-end branding, and hates when vendors don't communicate clearly. She doesn't have time to manage every detail. She wants a trusted partner who just gets it. She doesn't care if you're the cheapest. She cares if you make her listings look amazing and save her time. So your messaging to Lisa should sound very different from how you'd speak to a brand new agent who's listing their first home. And that's the point. You don't just want leads, you want the right ones. Step 2, craft your unique selling proposition, USP. Once you know who you're speaking to, the next step is to figure out what makes your business the obvious choice. Your USP isn't just a slogan, it's the core promise of your brand. It tells people why they should choose you instead of the other options in your market. In most real estate media markets, the competition is fierce, and let's be honest, most of it sounds the same. High-quality photos, fast turnaround, competitive pricing. None of that is unique. It's expected. So what actually sets you apart? In my early days, I leaned hard into what I thought was my USP. Great quality and quick turnaround. And sure, clients appreciated those things, but they didn't see them as unique. Everyone was promising the same thing. That's when I realized your USP doesn't have to be flashy. It just has to be true, specific, and different. I created the Triple R guarantee. Retouch, reshoot, or refund. The funny thing is, I almost never had to use it, but the promise of it made my clients feel safe. It gave them confidence that I stood behind my work. It also told them that I wasn't just another shoot and drop vendor. I cared about the outcome. Another part of my USP was how I framed the experience. Most photographers focus only on the shoot itself. I started selling the ease of working with me. I called it a white glove media experience. From the moment they booked to the way files were delivered, everything was intentional. Communication was proactive. Expectations were clear. That made all the difference. Don't be afraid to create language around your process. Give your guarantee a name. Give your workflow a title. Position your brand like it's bigger than just you showing up with a camera. That's what makes your business feel premium. And the best part? When you articulate your value well, you no longer have to compete on price. Your unique selling proposition is what positions you in the mind of your ideal client. Think of it as your brand's handshake. It's the first impression that tells someone exactly what you do, who you do it for, and why it's better than the alternatives. A solid USP instantly communicates clarity, confidence, and authority. In real estate media, many providers compete on the same basic features: price, quality, turnaround time. But those are just the basics, bare minimum expectations in the eyes of most clients. A strong USP digs deeper. It reflects your process, your personality, your promises, and your philosophy. Do you have an unbeatable booking experience? A satisfaction guarantee? Do you help clients use the media after delivery to actually market the listing better? The best USPs are memorable and easy to communicate. They create curiosity and open the door to deeper conversations. They turn cold leads into warm ones and make you stand out in a crowded field. And perhaps most importantly, they become a unifying thread across your marketing. From social posts to sales calls, your USP should show up everywhere. Don't be afraid to be bold with your promise. If you're genuinely delivering exceptional results, let the world know. Your USP is not just about what you do, it's about the transformation you create for your clients. Help them envision how their business is better with you in it. The formula for a great USP. A strong USP answers this question: why should someone choose you right now over any other option? It includes 3 elements. 1, who you help, your target market. 2, what result you help them achieve. 3, what makes your approach unique or better. Example: we help top producing real estate agents dominate their listings with consistent next-day delivery, a seamless booking experience, and a Triple R guarantee: retouch, reshoot, or refund. That's clear, confident, and client-focused. Creating your own USP. Here are a few prompts to help you build yours. What do your best clients say they love most about working with you? What do your competitors not do well? What do you do that no one else talks about? What's a bold promise you can confidently make? And here's a plug-and-play structure to start with. We help target market achieve specific outcome through unique method or feature. Then you refine it, simplify it, make it conversational, and start using it everywhere. Your website, your emails, your pitches, your social bios. Let's explore a few real examples from Pixl CRM users to help get your creative juices flowing. One user developed a USP specifically for agents who frequently sell luxury properties. They leaned into phrases like white glove visuals for white glove clients and positioned their service not just as photography, but as a concierge experience. They included in-person walkthroughs before shoots, same-day previews, and collaborative staging assistance. Another user in a smaller market focused their USP on being the community expert. They highlighted hyper-local knowledge, fast access to rural areas, and their ability to create marketing kits tailored to agents who need more handholding. The truth is, your USP doesn't need to sound revolutionary. It just needs to clearly articulate why you're the right choice for your audience. Your personality, process, and values can all be part of what makes you stand out. If you're always early, proactive, easy to communicate with, that alone may be your USP in a market full of flaky freelancers. And when in doubt, ask your clients. Seriously, ask your top 5 clients, why did you choose me? What do you value most about working with me? Their answers will usually hold the key to what you should be marketing. Your USP is your filter. It helps the right clients say yes, and the wrong ones move on. Step 3, build your brand playbook. The Brand Playbook is your internal marketing guide, a central hub that captures your voice, your values, and the way your business communicates across every platform. It's not a public-facing document, but it shapes every message your business sends into the world. For a long time, I didn't have anything formal written down. My brand voice lived in my head. But as I started creating more content, writing more emails, and hiring help, I realized how much time I was wasting trying to remember or rewrite the same things. The more I documented what I stood for, who I was talking to, and how I explained my value, the easier everything became. Your brand playbook doesn't need to be complicated. At its core, it's a living document that organizes the key elements of your messaging so you can stay consistent no matter what or how you're showing up. Here's what you should include. 1. Brand voice and tone. Are you playful and casual, sharp and professional, bold and edgy? Your voice should align with your ideal client. If you're speaking to top producers, your messaging should reflect clarity, confidence, and leadership. If you're serving more relational, boutique-style clients, a warm, friendly tone might feel more appropriate. 2. Core messaging pillars. These are the 3 to 5 big themes you want your brand to be known for. For example, seamless experience, fast turnaround, on-brand marketing content, trusted vendor partnership. Each of these themes should be reinforced in your emails, social content, website copy, and sales conversations. 3. Signature phrase or frameworks. Have a memorable phrase you say to clients often? A named process or guarantee? These are gold. Give your workflows or promises names like the Triple R Guarantee or Next Day Media Method to create consistency and memorability. 4. Target market overview. Drop in your client avatar. Who are you speaking to? What do they care about? What pain are you solving? When your entire team has access to this, your marketing stays aligned, even if someone else is writing or designing it. 5. Visual language. And this is optional. If you've established visual branding, your logo, fonts, color palette, or content style, include it. This isn't a full brand guide, but it helps align your digital presence across platforms. Once you've put these pieces in place, you'll find that creating content becomes dramatically faster and easier. You're no longer starting from scratch. You're building from a foundation. Inside Pixl CRM, we've created Brand AI to help with this exact process. It pulls your USP, tone, and ideal client profile into one tool and generates consistent on-brand copy for your social posts, emails, landing pages, and more. You don't have to be a copywriter to sound like a pro. You just need a system that reflects your voice. And here's the most important part. This isn't a one-and-done exercise. Your brand playbook should evolve as your business grows. Maybe your ideal client shifts. Maybe your offer changes. Maybe you get clearer about your values and voice. That's normal. A good brand playbook grows with you. Set a reminder to revisit it quarterly. Add testimonials. Save strong headlines. Keep your best messaging organized and ready to use. This will keep your brand strong, sharp, and magnetic. Because when your message is consistent and aligned, everything else you do, ads, automations, referrals, works better. Now that you know who you're targeting and what you're saying, it's time to organize it all into a simple, strategic brand playbook. Bringing it all together. Messaging isn't just about getting attention. It's about alignment. When your brand speaks clearly to a specific kind of client, you stop trying to please everyone. You start attracting the people who are most likely to value your work, pay what you're worth, refer you to others, stick with you for the long haul. The goal is magnetic messaging. Marketing that doesn't feel convincing. Marketing that feels like a connection. When someone reads your website or social posts and thinks, this person gets me, you've already won. And that's what magnetic messaging makes possible. In the next chapter, we're going to turn that clear message into offers your ideal clients can't resist. But before we move on, take a moment to document your avatar, write out your USP, and build your brand playbook. Because once this foundation is in place, everything else becomes easier. Let's keep building. Thanks for listening to the Pixl Marketing Show. If you're ready to go from random acts of marketing to remarkable results, grab your free copy of the Pixl Marketing Method at pixlmarketingmethodbook.com. If this episode helped you, share it with another real estate media business owner. Make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. Until next time.